Well, that was interesting yesterday afternoon. I did end up getting 17 and a half miles or something in yesterday. But with that storm that came up, I ended up coming down the mountain in hard rain, and then I was getting pretty soaked, so I put up my tent in the rain. Fortunately, this tent I have, the rain fly goes up first, or with the screen on the inside, so at least the tent was dry on the inside, even though I put it up in the rain. Yeah, and it went from that snow to snowballs almost, to hail, to rain. And then it rained for about 6 hours, maybe more. Pretty hard rain. I had water running under my tent, and so right now a lot of my stuff is wet. My tent's soaked and all kinds of things, but just trying to get going here. I've got to do at least 17 today. I'm now in the Yosemite Park, and there's a lot of restrictions on camping here. And a few miles ahead, I get into a no camping zone that goes for 10 miles. So yeah, gotta get going. My shoes are soaked, and I put on my wet socks because there's no sense in putting on dry socks and wet shoes. So I got frozen toes, frozen fingers, and a frozen nose. It's gonna be a great day. Later. All right, just met a park ranger out here. He checked my PCT permit, make sure I was legal, which of course I was. And then we talked for a while. Nice young guy. His name is Mike, but his trail name is Farley. He hiked the Appalachian Trail back in 2017, and said he lived in a van down by the river. So back in that time, anybody that did that was named Farley appropriately, like Chris Farley. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, really nice guy. And now we just continue on, enjoying the view. Good morning and happy Independence Day. I just realized when I looked at my phone it's 4th of July. But yeah, another good morning out here. Just getting going. I did about 22 miles yesterday and went through the Olympic Yosemite, not through the park, but went through one of its lodge areas. So there's actually a road that leads to it, and a bunch of day hikers. So I was able to meet several different groups. Talked with a couple ladies, both named Carol. We're in their 70s. We're out for a day hike. They're part of a group of ladies that are in their 70s and 80s. They said they had 12 of them up there staying in a lodge. And they call themselves the Sierra Hiker Chicks. which is really neat. Got to talk to them for a while. They're actually from Fresno. And talked with another couple that was out for a day hike. They're a retired couple. I think it was Roger and Marjorie. They bought themselves an RV, an Airstream, and are just touring the country. And they've been doing it for a couple of years, and they just love living out of their RV. Really neat talking with them. And yeah, so today I got about 12 miles to I get to Benson Pass, which I'll climb. And then yeah, I think there's another one about 17 or 18 miles out, another high point I'll go over. But it's hard to believe I'm getting towards the end of the Sierras here already. I mean, I got a little ways to go, but I've been through the bulk of it, and just so beautiful. Yeah, I hate to leave this area. But away we go. Let's have a great day. This stream just goes here and dries up, interestingly. I guess I've seen it a few times. But yeah, it gets that far and it just stops. Good morning. Just came over CV Pass this morning. I camped pretty close to it. It's just a little over 9,000 feet, 9,100 or something. And it's chilly this morning. But just keeping moving here, warming up. Yesterday I did about 21 miles, which is really good because there was a couple of really big ups and downs yesterday. One of the passes I came over towards the end of the day was called Benson Pass, and it's like I came over that and in this cool canyon where it was just big granite boulders. I mean, really tight, maybe, I say tight, like 100 yards wide. I just worked my way down that, and then the granite itself was just pocked with big quartz crystals through the whole thing. I mean, like, imagine granite like that, but just every 3 inches there's these big crystals. It was super cool. I say super cool. Didn't I say it enough a couple videos ago? Anyway. Yeah, so I'm about 40 miles from Kennedy Meadows North, which is the next resupply option for me. I gotta do either that or the town of like Bridgeport. So it's probably 2 days. We'll see. I'd like to do obviously 20, but it'd be nice if I could do a bit more, so then I got a shorter hike the next day. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I'm just gonna continue to hike through scenery like this and just have another awesome day. It's a great day to be alive. Catch you later. So I just came over another mountain pass, and this next valley, it's a lot like the others. Big towering peaks, lots of granite, and these big pine trees that grow right out of the rock. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Good morning. Well, yesterday was an interesting day. Lots of things occurred, I guess. Went 25 miles, which was good. I lost my sunglasses. I consider it a sacrifice to the mosquito god. So when I realized I didn't have my sunglasses, I was at the top of a pass, and I know it was about a mile downhill, a mile back, where I had taken my hat off. My sunglasses were on top of my hat. I took my hat off because the mosquitoes were swarming so bad, and I was just burning up that mountain, and I'm sure that's where they flipped off at. Had a bald eagle soar by me pretty close, which was really neat. I got through Yosemite Park, so I'm now outside of Yosemite on my way north. Let's see what else. Oh, I kind of went through my food last night and decided that I'm gonna skip this resupply at Kennedy Meadows North, and I'm gonna go push on to Tahoe. It'll probably save me a day, minimum a half a day, but I think it'll save me about a day. And I got enough food, so that's good. And yeah, I talked with a bunch of interesting people. The number of hikers on the trails definitely dropping off now that I'm not in Yosemite anymore. The day hikers are short, multi-day hikers. And yeah, so we'll just keep doing 20s for about 4 days, and we should be in Tahoe. There I will be resupplying because I will be out of food. But yeah, other than mosquitoes, it was a very nice night. Probably didn't get down to about maybe 50 for a low, and I suspect it'll probably get to be about 75 for a high today. Spending most of my time around 8,000 to 9,000 feet. I got to climb up to 10,000 and a couple hundred this morning. Well, midday probably. And then back down. That's probably the highest point I'll have for a while. So yeah, let's go enjoy this wonderful day on trail. Adios. Well, it's definitely time for shoes again. These shoes I have, I've been doing for a couple 100 miles, 500 miles, I guess. They're I've lost a lot of their grip, and the foam cushion is pretty well squished down. So when I get to Tahoe, I think that'll be one of my to-dos, as well as buy new shoes. I'll have to decide if I buy this same type, which is, these are Ultra Lone Peaks. Actually, Lone Peak 7, I think, but gotta decide whether I buy these or maybe a different type. I'm thinking of buying Hoka's maybe for some little longer, flatter walks coming up, but I don't know. We'll see. New shoes again. I should also mention that my blisters are about the same. Although it seems like they're not hurting really like they used to. Biggest one on my left heel. All right, I had to climb over that blowdown. Yeah, I'll put a picture up here, but it doesn't look great, but it doesn't really hurt. I think it's healed underneath. And yeah, I think I've got a pretty good handle on protecting those dang things, and it is keeping my feet as dry as possible and airing them out at lunchtime, changing socks, and using Body Glide. Keep everything moving, slick, moving. Yeah, so it doesn't grip and shear. So anyway, blisters, just part of it. Later. So I calculated my water intake here in the Sierras, and it's about 5 liters a day I'm drinking, with at least one of those liters having electrolytes in it. That seems to be about right. I think I'm hydrated pretty good here. Peeing regular versus in the desert. I think in the desert I was maybe drinking 1 liter more per day, and even at that, I was only peeing once, maybe twice a day. Not very much. So yeah, water usage is definitely different when it's not super hot. Now I gotta find my way around this tree. Catch you later. Well, after a couple miles of loose gravel, I made it to the top of this pass here. Virtually the top. There's a good viewpoint looking back where I came from. Good stuff. Amazingly beautiful. Just a little ways to go to up over the top. Only a few snowfields up here today. I just made it up this pass. I'm at 10,500 feet, and yeah, beautiful up here, beautiful down there in that valley. Off to my left there, that's Sonora Peak, and my trail's heading down that way. This whole adventure up this, I don't know, I guess a couple thousand feet I came up this pass. It was fueled by fruit and Coors. They were gifts of a couple that I met up on top the other pass on the other side. Very nice couple and their dog. Talked to them up on top of the mountain, and then later in the parking lot, and they offered me a Coors down there and some fruit. And then before we parted ways, they got a Ziploc bag and gave me a bunch of fruit and a Coors for the road. And I ate the fruit just about right away. I've got the Coors I got a Coors in my backpack. I think I'm gonna have later for supper. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, super nice, wonderful people. And this climb was fueled by Coors and fruit. Who'd have known? And it's raining a little bit. hopefully not for very long. Good morning. It's about 6:15 or so in the morning. Getting going here. Yesterday made about 25 miles. Looking to do about 25 today. Trail miles, I'm at 1,025 and about 8,600 feet of elevation. Which that 8,000 to 9,000 seems to be a good area for having plenty of oxygen. But anyway, yesterday was a good day. Met a bunch of neat people. Say a bunch. Several different times came across neat people. I met a couple on Sonora Pass. They were day hiking, met them up at the top, and then later when I got down, they'd already been down for a while, but met them in the parking lot and chatted with them, and they gave me some beer and some fruit, which was awesome. And that fruit was sure nice. Strawberries, cherries, and grapes. And then, they had to drink a beer with them. Then they gave me a beer for the road, which I had later with supper, which was delicious. Coors, the banquet of beers. Let's see. Several people I was hiking with went into town. Hang on. Yeah, had to jump that river. And then another day hiking couple I met, Dan and Tate, met them on top of another pass and talked with them for quite a while. Pretty neat. We kind of did the typical exchange. Where are you from? What do you do? And good morning. All right, getting going again today. Yesterday when I was giving my kind of morning update, my iPhone started complaining that its storage was full. Something I've been fighting with for quite a while, a few weeks. So I spent more time in my tent last night deleting old videos and making room, so hopefully this whole thing records. Yesterday I did 29 miles, which is, I think that's the longest I've done so far. Went really well, honestly, even with a fairly big climb at the beginning, but beautiful scenery. Even though I'm out of Yosemite by quite a while, the views are still amazing. So just gorgeous. Because one thing, now I'm into volcanic soil. Back there it was just decomposing granite. Now it's decomposing volcanic rock. Maybe you can see some of that stuff up there. It's much richer soil, so it's a lot greener, a lot of stuff growing here. And I think that it's because of that soil, but we don't have the mosquitoes here either. There's a few, but nothing like it was in Yosemite. That was good. Met some new hikers, enjoyed that, and got the best trail magic ever. So yesterday I was at like mile 24, and I was about 2 miles from this road crossing, which just a little dinky road in the middle of nowhere, and come across a hiker that's going the other way, and he's like, there's trail magic ahead at the road. I was like, what? And then talking with the hikers that were behind me, that guy was like Paul Revere, just letting everyone know that there was trail magic ahead. So I did those 2 miles pretty quick, and sure enough, There's a Trail Magic guy who's doing the trail. His parents came down from Canada in their RV and set up some Trail Magic with him for any hiker coming by. And so like I'm walking up and it's like, you want a loaded baked potato? And I'm like, yeah. And you want a sausage on a bun? I'm like, yeah. Do you want grilled onions? Yeah. And had all that, plus they had cold drinks. They had like one of my favorite beers, which is Athletic Brewing IPA. That was delicious. Lots of cookies and veggies and fruits. Oh, so I didn't have to cook any supper last night. And yeah, that was truly amazing. Now I've got about 36 miles to go to a trailhead that'll lead to Lake Tahoe South. And that's where I'm going to resupply. So I won't make it there today, but I'm going to try to get, again, another 25 or so. So it's a shorter walk the next day. And yeah, all that beautiful. And it's my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Can't think of a better place to be, except for maybe with my babe. But out here, second best. And it's awesome. So we'll catch y'all later. So, just finished up lunch there, stopped at Tamarack Lake, had the whole lake to myself, so really enjoyed that. Went for a swim, got cleaned up and cooled off. Yeah, it's just tremendous. The water's super clear and not ice cold, just cold. I'm at about, I don't know, 8,500 feet elevation or something. And brisk and wonderful. I suppose the air temperature is about 75, 74, 75, something like that. But a great lunch. Loving it up here. Man, it is just, it's so beautiful. This is awesome. Later.